One of the staff here, Sean, said to me tonight, "You can be a really funny guy in a positive way." He wasn't being offish about it. I'd say they don't see that enough. I don't think, judging from the reactions I get a lot of the time. But anyway, be that as it may, um, a positive comment. And what I've been doing is yesterday and today. I think yesterday the catalyst was getting a decent amount of sleep, so I had a bit of a breather from the uh, what can seem at times a destructive approach that has been going on for so long. Uh, with me underlying it all, and with them maybe underlying it all, is a constructive approach, a constructive, positive approach leading to something worthwhile and of value, which to me is uh, getting back to the flat, making content that's worthwhile and of value, uh, that works for me and potentially for other people. But it's just content that I enjoy doing, as well as enjoying the other aspects of being a 55-year-old man on the dole in a town in the middle of England, uh, just enjoying things. Um, Part of this constructive approach, this more positive approach, is in the lead up to, I think, next Tuesday's meeting with shrinks here, uh, having a more constructive meeting there, working towards that. Despite there will be irritants along the way. For example, I'm getting dopants now, but treating this really as a medical place again. That's only just coming on this evening, this afternoon, this evening. I've got experience of that. As the amalgam, sure, but I've still got experience of that. Uh, but I think that's important because I did have. I don't think this would have been possible before. The one doctor here, Dr. Gamble, he goes by the name of. Uh, I had a brief conversation with him saying, "Look, I don't mind taking these chemicals for a short period of time, but you got to work with me. Um, and I don't mind taking these chemicals for a short period of time that they've put me on, uh, but um, they would interfere long term with me doing the content that I do, that I'm capable of. That to me is not right. That's not the way things need to go, I don't think. But saying that, uh, what I've had to do is encapsulate the amalgam, the architects, me, my antecedents, and so on and so forth. I've had to make sense of that. I've had to win the argument, win a series of arguments that I needed to win, which is part of encapsulating all that amalgam type stuff, all that architect type stuff, me, my background, my antecedents, and so on and so forth. Right, that's been essential at a substantial level, at a cerebral level. Like I said in this meeting on this talk we had on healthy living, I sort of took it over, but then I thought, well, I actually need to. I can make a contribution here, a worthwhile contribution, and yeah, I can win an argument, which is enjoyable as well. Uh, but they're both important, I think. Winning an argument uh, and making a significant, worthwhile, valuable contribution, which I do. It's that constructive thing that underlies what I so often do. Ultimately, yeah, I fuff about. I'll always fuff about. Um, there's it is quite funny, but I'll always do that. There's, in terms of any sense of a denouement around stuff like that, that'll never happen. But in terms of a denouement of getting back to the flat, and making worthwhile content, and enjoying the other aspects of life. Uh, because, like I said, as a 55-year-old man on the dole in the middle of England, what I do doesn't really amount to that much. What I actually do, what I actually think, and what I actually uh, I actually spend my days and what I enjoy. Um, yeah. And what I don't enjoy as well is, like I said, there's irritating stuff here. But like I said, I'll always faff about, which sort of implies that people, or sort of may trigger people off to always faffing about with me. Which, if it's in good humour, it's all right. It's fair enough. But it can get a bit irritating and boring. Uh, but like I said, that again with a constructive approach can be a worthwhile thing. All the name calling, all the gurning, all uh, fart cushions, the stink bombs, the Ferrero Rocher, the people playing with their own conkers and so on and so forth, faffing about essentially, uh, can be pretty amusing. But there's time for other things as well, and a more measured approach to things does often pay off. But yeah, like I say, now encapsulating all the stuff that I needed to encapsulate, which included winning certain arguments, at least to myself. Now it's time to benefit from that, take things forward. In terms of the content, like I say, the applications and the software that I've been assembling to make better content, to become almost a full-time diarist uh, in so many different ways, which is important to me. It is important to me to do that stuff, but it's also important to me to have other aspects to my life.